Toprak came over to the U.S. I don't know if he was looking at doctors, looking at houses, or just trying to get comfortable with Coda. But he got the motorcycle community talking about what you can do on a BMW. I hear guys and women, and they're gonna get that stock 1000 to come put some times down on some people. But we want to talk about Ducati in a little bit. Well, let's talk about what Toprak did over in Coda, man. Was that a big deal? TJ, what's good, man?
I found out late, and I really think Coda is a really nice track. I think it's one of the best tracks. Like I said last week, like you can figure out anything on that track with any manufacturer, just because of the layout. It's uphill, downhill, but for Top Rack to come out here and I don't know what he's trying to prove, be in shape or see if he can 10. I don't know what it's about, but I think he put like a 206 or something like that, which is a pretty good time. I think Bobier put something like that when they just went to Kona. But I just can't wait to see him in MotoGP. I mean, I feel like he already got this season locked up. It's pretty much over for Buiga. I don't know how much harder he can try, but it ain't gonna happen unless Top Rack goes out. Um, but yeah, what he did out there was pretty impressive. For I don't know how many times it's written Kona, but
Well, that's
again, I just can't wait. I can't wait
that's
till he gets in GP, see what happens.
that's the other part of it. How many times has he ridden Coda? I remember watching a clip. I'm going to jump on talk to Reese next. I was watching a clip with Scott Greenwood a few years ago. He's talking about when he first couple of laps he was trying to break the will of other riders, so they don't even want to come in and make his race easier because he pulled out some lap times. Reese, you think that the flack that you hear people complain about the BMW, and he comes out and do this? Is he trying to tell people like just shut up and ride? Like that's serious on a stock 1000.
I mean, it's serious on a stock 1000, and you got to also think he's on Pirelli tires. The tires do make a hell of a difference. People don't think so, but tires do make a hell of a difference. I mean, Jake was at a 7.4 on USA stock, US spec Dunlop tires.
Come on, what are you trying to
So I
say? He
mean,
Michael Jordan. Got to be the shoes. Got to be the shoes.
on this one, I mean, it is Top Rack. Top Rack is the guy. If so he makes BMW look great. I mean, because I've had. I mean, there was some couple of guys out on Instagram telling me that the BMW is great and giving me this, but I'm like, if it wasn't for Top Rack, where are we at with BMW? Like, I had to go back into the record books, and it's like I can't pull nothing up. So I mean, and I talked to a couple guys. They're like, BMW is a great street bike. They're still trying to develop it as a pure race bike. So I mean, but what he has done on a bike is next to phenomenal. I mean, the guy is the last person to come up as an alien
Right,
that can
right.
do pretty much anything.
Yeah, shout out to those fans, man. We really appreciate all the comments. We're doing something good over here on the Be Forever Cool podcast because we got people talking that would normally talk. But we're gonna leave not necessarily the best for last. But Mr. Numbers guy, what do you thought? I know you have a different take on the stock 1000, so I'm gonna let you have your piece, man. What's good?
Well, let's start by saying stock 1000 does not mean stock from the showroom 1000.
Right.
It means a stock 1000 race bike, similar to the race bike that Orange Cat team is using in the stock 1000 series in Moto America.
Correct.
This bike had Alpha Racing parts in it. This is not a stock showroom bike. So let's start with that there. All right.
Okay.
Now, the first thing I got to say is Top Rack is absolutely the last guy that you want to see at the track in a race, because there's a reason why he's a reigning world champion and why there's only one other guy in World Superbike that he can even smell his exhaust. If Nikola Buliga wasn't racing in World Superbike this year, Top Rack would run away with the series because nobody else is touching it.
Right.
So right off the bat, Top Rack is going to come with plus 3 seconds in his pocket to anybody that's racing in the US on the same bike. That's just what he is, man. And then again, as Reese was saying, then you add the Pirelli factor. And I know there's a lot of ball riders out there that are like, oh, tires make a difference. don't sleep on tires. The only reason bikes can do what they can do today is because the tires have evolved to allow them to do what they can do today. Take a 26 MotoGP Ducati and put it on a set of 2005 Michelins. It won't do the times that it's doing today. Tires evolve, and tires allow bikes to evolve because you can get more out of the bike onto the track through the tires. Last time I checked, I haven't seen a bike riding around in rims doing much. The tires are what put the power to the ground. They put the inputs to the ground. They make the bike turn. They make the bike stop and everything else. And Pirelli is absolutely a superior tire to the Dunlops that are being used in the U.S. today. With that said, on Dunlops, Top Rack would still go 3 seconds faster than anybody else in the U.S. I'm sorry.
It's
But
true.
he would also crash his brains out, especially if it was on the tires that Motor America is using. And Reese, you can confirm with this. Dunlop has not made a tire in the U.S. in over a year now. Their factory closed. They're still giving tires and selling tires that were made over a year ago, sometimes 2 years ago. So if you go around the Motor America paddock, if you don't see a Dunlop tire that was made outside the country, that shit has an expiration date, and it's not
Right.
within the last year. Like there's tires out there in Motor America that say built in 22, built in 23. You know, when Pirelli went to Moto 2 and Moto 3, all of a sudden, all the Moto 2 and Moto 3 times went a second and a quarter, or a second and a half faster. Same tracks, same bikes as last year, same riders as last year, but they're going a second faster. Why? Because the year before, they were on Dunlops.
Yep.
And this year, they're on Pirellis. Why do you see so many Moto 2 and Moto 3 lap records falling left and right? Tires make a difference. I'm not saying Pirelli is the greatest tire ever made, but it's definitely at the very tip of the spear, man. You know,
And
it's
if you-
definitely at the very tip of the spear.
If you look at Moto America and you look at the Superbike times, their Superbikes is still running the US spec Dunlop tire. This is the last year that they're running the US spec tire. If you look at Super Sport, go look at the times from last year to this year. Why? Because they're running the Japan spec tire now. Only Super Sport is running the tire.
Okay.
So for all the internet engineers, tires make a difference.
Not to be confused with the other IEEE.
Yeah. Tires make a massive difference. And again, there's a lot of great tire companies out there, but at the very top, people really do have to give the flowers to Pirelli, because anytime they step into a series, that series goes faster. It doesn't go slower. And I really want to see what they're going to do when they step into MotoGP, because I don't think they're going to come with a tire that has the issues that they're currently having now. I think they're going to try to resolve the tire pressure issue so they can get rid of that. I think they're going to give them a compound that all the riders are going to like. I mean, they've been making bikes go fast for a very long time in World Superbike. And if they can take that technology and bring it over, I think you're just going to see guys pushing the limits even further and the bike's going even faster. And, you know, again, Top Rack would still, I hate to say it, I mean, he would wipe the floor with anybody in the U.S.
Yep.
Because he's Top Rack. It's the same way as Mark Marquez. If he came here and like, yeah, I'm going to race this weekend in Motor America, just stay in your pit, bro. Like, I'm going to save all my money from this weekend. I'm not even going to that track. Because there's certain guys, I'm sorry, but there's certain guys that the level of talent and the level of what they can do is just that next 3 or 4 rungs higher than anybody else can seem to get to. Like there's natural talent that you can't teach. You can't learn it. You can't, no matter how many laps you do, this guy can just do that extra 1 or 2 things that nobody else can do, man. And I mean, when I saw that lap time, I was like, man, that dude is flying.
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 264, a 6'4".
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know, I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Johnny Ray and Top Rock and your boy Alex Lowe's on that podcast. But it seems like Top Rock gave Jonathan Ray a lot of credit in learning how to become a champion, learning how to push when even your bike, it moves like a tractor and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys saw that, and what your thoughts on that before we move on. And also, is this enough to kind of say Motor America has to do more for next season? Although it sounds like they're going to be going with the European compound version of Dunlop.
The Japanese compound.
Japanese.
Yeah. I saw a little bit of that interview. I didn't catch the whole thing. I actually I've downloaded it so I can listen to it tomorrow since I'll be on the road for several hours. But if there's one thing that I've always seen consistently in every interview that Top Rack's ever done, is he has a joyfulness to him. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a racer enjoy being on a motorcycle more. Like, oh, by the way, this is the only stunter I know that actually knows how to ride a bike.
Right. He is.
Sorry to disappoint everybody that's doing wheelies for a mile. This is the only guy that can do a wheelie for a mile, a stoppie for a mile, but then also blow the doors off you on the track. But this dude legitimately loves being on a motorcycle, and he has a humility to him and a humbleness to him where it doesn't hurt him to give people props, which is very rare when you're at the top echelon of a competition sport like this. You typically don't give other people their just desserts or give them credit. And when I heard him talking about that, Ray, I mean, Ray's hasn't done well the last couple of years, but this guy has won a multitude of championships
in a row.
Not
Like
in between, losing a race here and there, like 6 or 7 in a row on a Kawasaki that races nowhere else in the world.
Right. As Sam Lowe said, I couldn't ride that bike, and this guy is, fighting for the podium. I'm like 6th or 5th.
Yeah. So again, before the new wave of younger riders come, like, Ray was the benchmark. So for him to say, you know what, Ray kind of, and again, Top Rack was it on a Kawasaki in Supersport. So he was part of the Kawasaki team. So he probably did get a lot of input from Ray.
And Superbike. He was on Superbike.
And Superbike,
yeah. We switched.
But again, like, I think that's a really important part of being a champion, is honoring and respecting and looking at what the champions before you did and the legacy they put in place. And then you try to add to that legacy with your own name and with what you do. And then hopefully, at some point, Top Rack pays it forward and helps a future champion, kind of find his way and get to that same point. So I love seeing that stuff, man. That's the kind of thing that we need more of in the sport, to be honest with you.
No doubt. And before we praise Yamaha and the FIM Endurance Series, Reese or TJ, got anything to add about Top Rack, Johnny Ray, and that section, and also just him, his last season, Jonathan Ray?
I mean, I definitely want to, like Lewis said, I want to download that and watch it myself, because I didn't really see much about it. But yeah, Top Rack is a cool guy. He's very humble. I mean, it's just good to see what he's doing. But Jonathan Ray is just legend as well, in his own right, for winning all those titles and stuff like that. So you got to pay respect to the great riders and stuff like that. So. But yeah, I definitely want to see. But I also want to know, like, how Top Rack. I want to know who else was at this track with Top Rack when he was at Coda, because it seemed like it was just him.
No, it was Nate Kern, the Orange Cat Racing guys. I mean, there were some amateur racers and stuff like that. Like, it was a full on, like, BMW event, but there were some other.
That was crazy.
Like, Andrew Lee was there, Jason Uribe was there, and a couple of others. But even those guys, they were on the track with him. They were like, "Hey, bro, this guy's the truth, man. This guy is the truth."
That's pretty cool, though. It's just a track that you probably just end up at, or pay good money to go to race with those good guys and Top Rack. So.
Right.
I mean, the one thing that it kind of does hurt is, like, after seeing him at Coda, man, I would wish World Superbike would come back to the U.S. and do a round in the U.S.
Yeah, man. They definitely need to throw that on the calendar.
Yeah, Laguna Seca, even if it's going back to Laguna Seca, go something like, we got to get a World Superbike round in the U.S. We can't just have one MotoGP round and nothing else.
I completely agree. Reese, before you you switch cameras.
I had the wrong button.
I mean, you guys are taking notice over there, you know, in Yamaha camp or what he's doing.
I mean, you always take notice to what Top Rack's doing. I mean, Top Rack is like it is. He's just an anomaly. He's an alien, but he's a very humble guy. You know, he like Lewis said, he loves the ride. He loves doing what he does, and he actually gives praise to the guys that paved the way for him. And he's one of, like you said, he's one of the only stunt riders that you can see actually blow the doors off you and just blow by you like you're standing still. But he's a very humble guy, and he loves doing what he does. So I mean, you have to give credit to that because he understands. Hey, this person has done what Johnny Ray was 6 in a row.
Hmm.
So
6 or 7, yeah.
like he understands that, and that's not an easy task. That's something that you can't ride, and not many people can ride. And that's nothing that's falls short of not being recognized. So he recognizes that, and that's something that sets him apart from a lot of other guys, I
Yeah, I
believe.
I agree, and we've said it on the show already. It seems like lately Ray doesn't get the credit. Like people are acting like he never won a title, much less 6 in a row.
Yeah,
To be the
six
only
in a row.
guy to do it and stuff like that. Hopefully, as time goes on, more people recognize that.